Okay, we're going to the Section 16 Trail, Colorado Springs. We're driving north on Cresta. This is probably my favorite trail just because of the proximity to Colorado Springs and the amount of time. You can do it after work. It doesn't take that long, and it's more of a couple-hour hike. It's Sunday. Temperature's about 56 degrees. It's in January, and I'm wearing shorts. Okay, Cresta turns into 21st Street. We're coming up to the top of the hill here. We're going to take a left on Upper Gold Camp Road off of 21st Street. So 21st Street to Gold Camp Road, heading north up into the mountain. The park to the right, I think that's Beaver Creek. We're on Lower Gold Camp right there, heading up towards the Trailhead. And again, I'm trying to wing this as I drive, so. Okay, coming up to the intersection, it's Lower Gold Camp Road we're driving on right now. We're gonna go straight through this intersection. Bear Creek to the left, 26th Street to the right, and Gold Camp Road straight ahead. So a lot of people call this Upper Gold Camp Road also, I believe. Trailhead is right up the road. Okay, it is a Sunday. The trailhead is a little full. There is parking in different areas. So we'll pull up and take a look. This is the official trailhead going uphill. I prefer to do Section 16 in reverse. So we're gonna go to the alternate parking, which is just a few hundred meters down the road here. And again, that's on the GPS. And yeah, a lot of traffic here today, pretty full. All right, this is the official trailhead. If you head up the steps, go that way, you'll be going the way that most people take. We're gonna go the alternate way. We're gonna go the reverse. All right, to do the reverse route, you basically head away from the official trailhead and you head down the road, and we'll show you the start and the way I like to go. I like this more because it's about 5 miles of gradual uphill as opposed to, and then one mile of downhill as opposed to a incline style uphill and then 4 or 5 miles of downhill. I just get more out of it. Anyway, take your pick, try them both, see what you like. Okay, again, we're heading away from the secondary parking spot. This is the alternate parking, and we're heading down the hill. All right, we're heading down the hill towards the alternate start site. And you can see up the hill there still is snow on the ground. It is January. It is relatively warm, 50 plus degrees, but a nice day overall. Coming from there, and we're going up the hill. There's a little bit of snow left on the road up. The gate's generally blocked, but you can step around it. Okay, for the first, first half mile, you're on a road, dirt road, and then we'll turn off to the right, and I'll show you that as we get closer to it. So as you're about half a mile up the trail or the road, the trailhead for the Section 16 reverse is kind of off on the right. It is the first real trail on the right-hand side of the road, so it's pretty easily to identify. Streams on the right, and still a good little bit of snow. Hi. And you can see the trail is pretty easily identifiable. Hi. That's the trickiest part of the trail. Once you're on this, it's pretty easy till you get towards the end. Mostly woodlands until you get some altitude, and then there's a little scenery which we'll stop and look at. Alright, this is probably the first half mile after coming off the road onto the trail. As you're walking that trail, make sure you stay to the right and take the uphill trail instead of going straight. That will keep you on the section 16 portion. Sorry. About halfway in, there's a small frozen waterfall. It's kind of nice, a little bridge over the top. And of course in the summer this is free flowing. Watch my path. That's down. Trail ahead. And the waterfall. It's nice. Nice little place to stop, take a break, drink a little water. And if you remember the little sandy portion right before the falls, that's it right there. We're on the other side of the gulch. And we're heading back up the trail, and there's a nice view of Colorado Springs up here. Pretty good view. We'll be over there eventually. That's the Colorado Springs. And we'll zoom into downtown. As you get to the top, there's a couple small variants on the trail, a couple forks. Stay on the main one, and you should always be good. Either way, they all come back to the main trail eventually. Here's another little fork, only about 50 meters either way. When you get to the top, you do get some views of Manitou up to the right. That's way out there, a little difficult to see. And on the other side, I think that's Old Stagecoach. And as you get to the top of one of these variants or forks, there's these holes. Still not sure what they are. There's a couple of them running along the ridgeline. Nice little spot. The main trail is just down the bottom of the hill there. Another overlook about 2/3 of the way through the trail. Colorado Springs down at the bottom. The ridge line over there is where we're going. And I like this part of the trail. A lot of sun. And once you get to this portion, it starts heading downhill. For mountain bikes, it's a fairly easy trail, no obstacles. There's one narrow gap here, and there's some rocks up ahead that make it a little tricky. But other than that, it's pretty easy. Again, another great little overlook. It's a little windy today. We're heading up to that, and then we'll be heading back down to the vehicle. So the only obstacle on here that's, I guess, would be a little tricky for mountain biking is coming up. Well, at least on the uphill portion. The downhill portion is definitely pretty tricky. But this little rock area seems to be kind of tricky to navigate. You go down and up. Alright, this is the downhill portion. There's another good overlook up there. Mountain bikes coming down here. For the past year, I've seen probably 2 have a wipeout. Other than that, it's pretty steep. I've slipped a dozen times or so, only actually fallen probably twice. It's steep, about a mile. If you come the other way the first time, which I recommend at least once, you see what I mean. The downhill's a little tricky, a little slippery, but still not too bad. The way up, it's definitely much harder.